Today we're going to be talking about one of the most iconic video game characters of all time, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Now, anytime you're talking about Mortal Kombat, it is important to keep in mind that there are two separate timelines, and I'll be covering the rebooted timeline that takes place in Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. So get over here and hit that like button and follow if you like this kind of content. Scorpion was born as Hanzo Hasashi of the Shirai Ryu, a ninja clan located in Japan. One day, the clan is hired by a sorcerer named Quan Chi to retrieve an ancient artifact he needed to free his master Shinnok from imprisonment. As the clan's most talented warrior, Hanzo was chosen for the mission, and it would lead him to come face to face with Sub-Zero for the very first time. The two battle over the artifact, but Hanzo is no match for Sub-Zero's ice powers. Sub-Zero unalives Hanzo and his soul is trapped in the Neatherealm. Quan Chi comes to Hanzo to make a deal. He'll bring him back to the world of the living with the power to get his revenge on Sub-Zero in exchange for being Quan Chi's servant. Hanzo agrees and is reborn as Scorpion, specter of the Neatherealm and wielding the power of Hellfire. Quan Chi orders him to enter the Mortal Kombat tournament to get revenge on Sub-Zero for unaliving him. And Scorpion also finds out that while he was in the Neatherealm, Sub-Zero took out the rest of his clan, including his wife and child. Once Scorpion arrives at the tournament, he immediately demands to fight Sub-Zero, but unknown to the other Earthrealm fighters, Kung Lao had snuck onto the island where the tournament was being held to prove himself. He rushes in and challenges Scorpion to a fight, but proves to be no match for him. He demands to fight Sub-Zero again, but Nightwolf instead is chosen as his opponent. Before the fight, Nightwolf hints that Scorpion might be seeking revenge on the wrong person and tells him he should let the past be the past and move on. But Scorpion is not trying to hear that noise as the two fight with Scorpion coming out as the victor. Frustrated that he is still yet to have faced Sub-Zero, he threatens Shang Tsung, but is quickly checked by Quan Chi. Shang Tsung decides that there will be no more fights for now. As everyone leaves, Raiden approaches Scorpion and asks him not to unalive Sub-Zero, and Scorpion's like, "Say what?" But Raiden basically says, "Listen, I ain't saying you can't rough the boy up, just don't finish him." He explains that he had a vision where Sub-Zero would come back as an even more powerful enemy if he met his end at Scorpion's hands. At first, Scorpion's like, "Nah, son, he took everything from me, and personally, I can't let that level of disrespect slide." But then Raiden offers him a deal. If he spares Sub-Zero's life, then Raiden will talk to the Elder Gods about bringing his entire clan back to life. Scorpion agrees, and we next see him in Shang Tsung's throne room where the next round of fights will take place. He sees the two Lin Kuei warriors, Sector and Cyrax, and approaches them, telling them that his clan may walk the earth once again. This angers them, prompting a 1 versus 2 match where once again, Scorpion would come out on top. But then the moment Scorpion had been waiting for had finally arrived as Sub-Zero entered the room. The two warriors approach each other with Scorpion vowing to make Sub-Zero suffer like his clan did before dragging him to the Neatherealm. The two battle it out, and with Scorpion's new powers, he is able to defeat Sub-Zero. He declares that he has avenged his clan, but Quan Chi appears telling him to finish the job. Remembering his deal with Raiden, he refuses. Annoyed that Scorpion has lost his desire for revenge, Quan Chi then conjures up images of his clan being taken out by a group of Lin Kuei ninjas led by Sub-Zero. And to make it even more personal, he shows him that it was Sub-Zero himself who personally dealt with his wife and child. This sends Scorpion into a rage. Sub-Zero tries to plead with him, saying that he did not do those things, but Scorpion is filled with fury. He removes his mask, revealing a flaming skull. We then see him appear back in front of the other fighters, holding Sub-Zero's charred remains. Raiden is disappointed that he did not honor their deal, and Scorpion disappears in the flame, angry that he lost his only chance to see his family again. But the story of revenge doesn't end there, because turns out that he had a younger brother named Kuai Liang who had the same ice powers as he did. Upon learning of his brother's death, he would honor him by taking on the title of Sub-Zero and entering the second Mortal Kombat tournament for a chance to face Scorpion. And when these two first meet, it is on sight. They start fighting immediately, with the new Sub-Zero being the one who comes out on top this time. As he's getting ready to land the finishing blow, Cyber Lin Kuei come out of nowhere and capture him. Scorpion takes this opportunity to escape, and this is really his last significant moment in MK9, although it is important to note that by the end of this game, nearly everyone fighting to protect Earthrealm has been unalived and brought back as Quan Chi's servants, much like Scorpion was. So let's fast forward to Mortal Kombat 10. By the time this game starts, Quan Chi has managed to bring his evil master Shinnok back to life, plus he still has most of Earthrealm's protectors under his control. With Neatherealm's army of demons at their disposal, things aren't looking good. The last of Earthrealm's forces, led by Johnny Cage, Sonya, and Kenshi, are on their way to try to stop them when Scorpion, while still under the control of Quan Chi, attacks their helicopter. He tears through the soldiers one by one as they are clearly no match for him. After finishing them off, he sets his sights on Johnny Cage, who proves to be much more of a challenge. Eventually, their fight ends up on land and Johnny is able to defeat Scorpion. Earthrealm's remaining heroes would continue with their mission. They are successful in trapping Shinnok inside his amulet, but Quan Chi is able to escape. However, they would soon discover the location of Quan Chi's fortress and go there to eliminate him. They find Quan Chi, but he is not alone. Scorpion, Jax, and Sub-Zero are there to protect him. Even though it's 4 versus 2, Johnny and Sonya manage to hold their own. For a moment there, it even seems like they've gotten the upper hand, but out of nowhere, Jax sneak attacks Johnny, leaving him seriously wounded. As his time is running out, Quan Chi starts to convert him into a revenant like he did the other fallen warriors, but luckily, Raiden shows up and is able to combine his magic with Quan Chi's to reverse the effects. This massive explosion of energy not only stops Johnny from becoming a revenant, but it also frees the others nearby, including Scorpion. Now, after regaining his humanity and free of Quan Chi's mind control, he would start to build a life, which has to be a lot easier when you don't have a flaming skull for a head. He would spend the next 20 years rebuilding his clan, the Shirai Ryu, back to its former glory, and training those warriors with hopes that they would be able to defend Earthrealm the next time it's under attack. Sometime after he reestablished his clan, he was invited to the Lin Kuei Temple by Sub-Zero, who was now the Grand Master. Sub-Zero wants to squash the beef between them and work together to protect Earthrealm. But Scorpion just wants him to admit that it was the Lin Kuei and his brother, the original Sub-Zero, that slaughtered his clan and family. As Sub-Zero is trying to explain what really happened, his protege Frost attacks Scorpion. He quickly takes care of her, but now believes this was all just part of a plan to unalive him. Scorpion fights with Sub-Zero and prepares to finish him off until he saves him from a sneak attack. Scorpion finally realizes that Sub-Zero had nothing to do with Frost's attack and decides to listen to him. He shows him that while the Lin Kuei were involved, it was actually Quan Chi who unalived his entire clan and not the original Sub-Zero that he was tricked into believing all these years. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are BFFs now, and Scorpion vows to get revenge on Quan Chi.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
So when Scorpion finds out that Earth's special forces had captured Quan Chi, he immediately sets out to finish the job. He demands that they bring him Quan Chi so he can face his punishment, but Sonya Blade wants to use him to free the other good guys still stuck under his control. But Scorpion isn't taking any chances on him slipping away again and commands the Shirai Ryu to attack, but not to hurt anyone too bad. In the midst of the battle, he manages to defeat Sonya Blade. As he makes his way to Quan Chi, Kenshi, a longtime friend of Scorpion, tries to stop him. He asks for him to call his man off, but Scorpion refuses. It doesn't take long for Scorpion to gain the upper hand when out of nowhere, Johnny Cage tackles him. The two have a rematch from earlier in the game, but this time it's Scorpion who comes out on top. With no one left to stand in his way, Quan Chi is brought before him. Quan Chi tries to talk his way out of it, but Scorpion...
My name is Hanzo Hasashi!
Put some respect on my name.
Hanzo Hasashi isn't having it. The two fight with Hanzo defeating the evil sorcerer, but before he can land the finishing blow, Dolores shows up to interfere. She tries to save Quan Chi, but Hanzo refuses to let him get away.
Get over here!
After all these years, he finally avenged the death of his family. However, Quan Chi was able to free his evil master Shinnok from the amulet. He makes short work of Hanzo, and that is the last we see of him in this game. At the beginning of Mortal Kombat 11, we are introduced to the new big bad Kronika, Keeper of Time. She uses her powers to merge the past and present together, and this brings the younger version of characters face to face with their current selves, many of which you will recall were unalived and brought back as evil revenants. So keep in mind that there are two Scorpions running around now, and the first one we encounter is the one from the past as he attacks Liu Kang and Kung Lao, who are on a mission to help stop Kronika. He says that Kronika promised to restore his clan and family in the new timeline if he helps her. But the Shaolin monks' combined efforts are too much for him, and Scorpion is forced to retreat. We later see Sub-Zero spying on an underground facility with Scorpion sneaking up behind him. But luckily it's the current Scorpion, and if you remember from the earlier videos, they're homeboys now. He is actually there to help Sub-Zero shut the facility down because they are kidnapping Sub-Zero's men and turning them into Cyber Lin Kuei warriors to serve Kronika. This is also important to Scorpion as well because the man Kronika brought back to life to run the facility is Sector, the man who paid Quan Chi to unalive his clan and family. They take out the one single cyber ninja guarding the entrance and make their way in. While sneaking around, they see Cyrax, a former friend of Sub-Zero before being turned into a cyber ninja, along with a hooded figure. The two spring into action as Sub-Zero freezes one while Scorpion grabs Cyrax from behind. But the hooded figure doesn't stay frozen long because she reveals herself to be none other than Frost, the former pupil of Sub-Zero who also has the same ice powers as him. She frees Cyrax and now we have a 2-on-2 fight. Sub-Zero takes on his former student and Scorpion has a rematch with Cyrax. Sub-Zero knocks out Frost and Cyrax activates more Cyber Ninja to aid in the battle. Sub-Zero decides to fight Cyrax while Scorpion takes on the No-Names using his Hellfire powers to tear through them. Sub-Zero then begins the process of rebooting his old friend to free him from Frost's mind control. But while they're waiting, who shows up other than Noob Saibot, aka the original Sub-Zero that Scorpion was tricked into offing by Quan Chi so he could turn him into one of his evil creations. He says that if he helps Kronika reset the timeline, then he'll be given his own clan to lead. Scorpion says, "How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, boy?" The two fight and Scorpion is able to defeat his arch-rival yet again, just as Cyrax comes back to his senses. The trio is finally ready to shut the cyber factory down when out of nowhere, Sector shows up. But how? Sub-Zero already unalived him. Well, Kronika, of course. She brought him back to life to assist with her evil plans, and in return, he would get control of the Lin Kuei again. Now this fight is personal for Scorpion because Sector is the one who made the deal with Quan Chi to unalive his clan and family. The fight starts with one of the dumbest acts in video game history. Sector uses a flamethrower on the man who literally controls Hellfire.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
The two fight and of course our boy Scorpion comes out on top. He declares victory in honor of his fallen wife and child, feeling that he has finally done everything possible to give them justice. With no one left to stand in their way, they shut the factory down along with any other cyber ninja connected to it. When we next see him, he is with the rest of Earthrealm's forces planning to launch a final attack on Kronika's keep. The only problem is that it is hidden beyond the realms, and the only way they can get all of their forces there is with Karin, a man who ferries lost souls to the Neatherealm on his magic ghost boats.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero go to the Sea of Blood's coast where he lives to ask for his help, but when they arrive, they find him being attacked by D'Vorah. See, Karin refused to help the bad guys, and while he is immortal, D'Vorah planned to hurt him so bad that he'd be in no shape to help anyone else either. Sub-Zero leaves to go let everyone else know to get ready, and Scorpion stays behind to save Karin. As soon as he defeats D'Vorah, young Scorpion sneak attacks him from behind. He belittles the new Shirai Ryu clan, calling them nothing but a bunch of imposters for lacking the true bloodline, and that Kronika will bring the true clan back in the new timeline. Hanzo, aka Older Scorpion, tells him that Kronika is no different than Quan Chi, just telling you what you want to hear. Neither side is willing to back down, and so we get some sweet scorp-on-scorp action. Eventually, Hanzo is able to get the better of young Scorpion and tells him, "I know what you are fighting for, and it's not to bring the clan back. What you really want is your wife and child. But working for Kronika isn't the way." In this new timeline, she also plans to bring Quan Chi back, the very man responsible for all of our suffering. Just as it seemed Hanzo had finally got through to him, D'Vorah stabs him from behind. He is saved by young Scorpion, but it's too late. The poison is already starting to take effect. Hanzo tells Scorpion to finish his mission by getting Earthrealm's fighters to Karin, and with his last breath he tells him that it isn't blood that makes you worthy of the name Shirai Ryu, but heart. And with that, we have reached the end of Scorpion's story in this timeline. Now, young Scorpion does end up joining Earthrealm's warriors in the attack on Kronika's Keep, but doesn't really play a significant role in the rest of the story. So there you have it, folks, the history of Scorpion. With the new game taking place in yet another new timeline, major changes have already been revealed, like the fact that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are actually brothers. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any Mortal Kombat news. Thanks for watching Chasing Games.